हरि नाम संकीर्तन की, शिला प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं
नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
ततो जयमुदीरयेत्।
ततो जयमुदीरयेत्।
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
भगवती उत्तम श्लोके
भगवती उत्तम श्लोके
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी।
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी।
So we are reading from Canto 10, Chapter 1, Shloka number 4. So welcome to our Sunday feast, and we are less than 24 hours when we begin our Janmashtami celebration. So today we will discuss about the advent of Lord Sri Krishna and the prayers from Devatas. So we will recite the Shloka number 4 from Canto number 10, Chapter number 1, the advent of Lord Sri Krishna. निवृत्त तरसैर उपगीयमाना भवा औषधश्चोत्र मनो अभिरमात् क उत्तम श्लोके गुणानुवादात् पुमान् विरज्यते विना पशुघ्नात् निवृत्त तरसैर उपगीयमानात् भवा औषधाश्चोत्र मनो अभिरामात् क उत्तम श्लोक गुणानुवादात् पुमान् विरज्यते विना पशुघ्नात् निवृत्त तरसैर उपगीयमानात् भवा औषधश्चोत्र मनो अभिरामात् क उत्तम श्लोक गुणानुवादात् पुमान् विरज्यते विना पशुघ्नात् प्रभु निवृत्त तरसैर उपगीयमानात् मनो अभिरामात् उत्तम श्लोक गुणानुवादात् पुमान् विरज्यते विना पशुघ्नात् भवा औषधश्चोत्र मनो अभिरामात् उत्तम श्लोक गुणानुवादात् पुमान् विरज्यते विना पशुघ्नात् भवा औषधश्चोत्र मनो अभिरामात् उत्तम श्लोक गुणानुवादात् पुमान् विरज्यते विना पशुघ्नात्
तदर्शैरुपगीयमाना भव औषधश्चोत्रमनोभिरामा कौत्तमश्लोकगुणानुवादात् उमान् विरजेत विना पशुना.
Word to word meaning. Nivritta. Released from what? Tarashai. Lust or material activities. Upagiyamana, which is described or sung. Bhava Aushadat, which is the right medicine for the material disease. Stotra, the process of oral reception. Manaha, the subject matter of thought for the mind. Abhirama, from the pleasing vibration from such a glorification. Ka, who? Uttama Shloka, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Guna Anuvad, from describing such activities. Uman, a person. Virajate, can keep himself aloof. Vinaha, except. Pashugnath, either a butcher or one who is killing his own personal existence. Either a butcher or one who is killing his own personal existence. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So we'll just read the translation because the purport is very long. Please follow me. Glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is performed in the Parampara system. That is, it is conveyed from the spiritual master to disciple. Such a glorification is relished by those no longer interested in the false, temporary glorification of this cosmic manifestation. Descriptions of the Lord are the right medicine for the conditioned soul undergoing repeated birth and death. Therefore, who will cease hearing such a glorification of the Lord? And who is such a person? Except a butcher or one who is killing his own self. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Menam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manovishram Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uda Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansharam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanitam Tam Sajivam Sarvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Ta Krishna Padam Saragana Lalitam Shri Vishakam Vitamsha He Krishna Karana Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravamika Charine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshadarine
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare Krishna, welcome to our Sunday feast. Just before the day of our most awaited festival, Sri Krishna Janmashtami 2024, we are celebrating on this ground opposite to our center. And within 24 hours now, we will begin our celebration. So let's hear from the topics of Advent of Lord Sri Krishna. So at the end of Canto 9, so Parikshit Maharaj was hearing, and almost 3 to 4 days been passed, and you might be knowing the background of the context of the Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj was cursed by the son of Samyaka Rishi. What was his name? Samyak. Sringi Rishi. Sringi, the young boy who cursed Parikshit Maharaj that he would be died at the end of the 7 days by the biting of the Takshaka bird. So Parikshit Maharaj then retired from his material duties. He was the emperor of the whole world. Not only the ACS Lord President, not the Karnataka Chief Minister or the India Prime Minister, but the whole world. He was the emperor. And within such a short notice, he renounced everything and immediately he went to the bank of Ganges. And it was the divine arrangement. At the same time, his spiritual master also came there. And who was that? Sukadeva Goswami. And then Parikshit Maharaj and Sukadeva Goswami, the conversation began. And the conversation lasted for 7 days. And of course, at the end, the bird came, and then Parikshit Maharaj left his body from this planet to the higher destination. So, at the end of 9th chapter, Parikshit Maharaj being hearing this Srimad Bhagavatam 3-4 days without eating and without drinking water. You see that how contradictory is that. Same Parikshit Maharaj, when he was actually on the hunting exercise, and he went to the forest and he actually met the Rishi, Samyaka Rishis, and he was very thirsty. And the same Parikshit Maharaj now being here for 4 days, and he is not thirsty, he is not hungry. So how is it possible? And it is only possible when we hear the Krishna Katha, whether you are hungry or whether we are thirsty, nothing actually disturbs us. And our taste is tomorrow for all of us. And our taste begins tomorrow morning till night, and then next day morning until 12 o'clock, we will not be allowed to eat anything. Of course, if somebody can because of the health reasons, but then we will understand how difficult it is to be without eating and without even drinking for 12 hours. 6 to 6 and another 6 hours, 18 hours. Parikshit Maharaj been hearing for almost 96 hours and no sign or symptoms of any frustration or any fatigue or anything, nothing, and not even sleeping also, no nidra. 3 nights, no nidra. If you are those who are working, for example, on night sleep, night duty, and if they don't get sleep for the daytime, they are actually very difficult, or vice versa. If you don't sleep for one night, you will see that the eyes are swollen and the head starts reeling. So many difficulties, and we have to take some Dolofilo, and then you will be able to work something. But Parikshit Maharaj has nothing kind of that, and he was hearing with the same enthusiasm, same interest, and without any sign of fatigue. And Sukadeva Goswami, just to taste him, so what did he do? Okay, let me just give in a very shortcut way the summary of Krishna's pastime. The whole essence of Bhagavatam is the Krishna's pastime, and Sukadeva Goswami just given a very brief. He did not explain about that. And what he talked about? He talked about the Surya Vamsha, he talked about the Chandra Vamsha, and within a few slokas, he finished the pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna. And Parikshit Maharaj said, no, 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 I don't want that. I want the very detailed explanations. You have described the moon and sun dynasty. Now kindly describe the activities of Krishna and Balaram. How? In a detail. And the same thing happened to Arjun. Arjun was on the battlefield, and at the end of 9th chapter and 10th chapter, shloka number 18, where Arjun is saying that, please tell me in elaborate, Vistarena. How? Vistarena. You explain me about the question that he's being asking, Vistarena. Can you imagine you are on the battlefield and you are middle of the war is about to begin, and he's asking Lord Sri Krishna, please tell me in detail, not in a shortcut. And for all of us in Kali Yuga, now from the detail to the some kind of short version of that, and now the crash course. Can you explain me about the Bhagavatam in a crash course, or anything about the crash course, C++ crash course, AIML crash course, anything about crash course, and then how to go back to Godhead crash course. Everything is about crash course. But life is not about the crash course, about the activity that we are doing. Are we actually really getting the nectar of Krishna consciousness? How Parikshit Maharaj was able to tolerate the thirst and the hunger is not something that he had some medicine taken and that's why. No, he was really enjoying the nectar that is coming from the Sukadeva Goswami. So that is where after 1.3, the shloka that we read, that comes the Nivrutta Tarasya Rupa Giyamana. So here it is said that the glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is actually described with the Parampara system, and that is the Bhava Aushada. Aushada means medicines, and Bhava Aushada means if we want to cross over this ocean of the Bhava Sagar, the real medicine is Krishna Katha. That is what he said. Ka uttama shloka gunanuvada. Gunanuvada. The glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the only real medicine if we want to cross the ocean of Bhavasagar. There is no other medicine. But in material world, if you take any medicine, what is the taste of that medicine? Bitter. Very bitter. What about this Uttama Shloka Gunanuvada? Is it a very bitter? No. Sukadeva Goswami said it is not bitter, but it is said Mano Abhiramat. So how it is that medicine? Mano Abhiramat. Mano Abhiramat means is very pleasing to the mind. Very pleasing to the mind. Such is the glorification, such is the description of Gunanuvada, Uttama Shloka Gunanuvada. So when we hear such Gunanuvada, then what will happen? One actually cross the ocean of the Bhavasagar. And not only that, this one will actually cross the ocean of Bhavasagar, but it is also said that the ocean, this Gunanuvada is so mystical that the Bhavasagar, which is very vast, which become such a small, it is says that Vassapadam, the hoof print of the calf. Not only the cow, the calf. How big is the hoof print of the Vassa, Govassa? Very small. So the Bhavasagar becomes so small, it is just the water which is actually got into the hoof print of the Govassa. That it becomes so easy just by practicing and by hearing the Gunanuvada. So before that, Parikshit Maharaj says that why I should hear the Gunanuvada, because he's actually expressing his gratitude to Lord Sri Krishna. He said that you have actually saved my grandfather. And who is the grandfather of Parikshit Maharaj? Arjun. So Arjun, where did Lord Krishna save him? On the battlefield. And he was actually fighting against the Maharathis. And who are the Maharathis? Pitamaha Bhishma, Karna, Dronacharya, Krupacharya, all these great stalwarts were there against the Arjun. And that was very difficult for Arjun to fight against those. But he said that, Parikshit Maharaj said that, because you were there, my grandfather was saved. Forget about that. Even you saved my mother. And where Parikshit Maharaj's mother was saved, and who is Parikshit Maharaj's mother? Uttara. And how did Lord Krishna save her?
From the Brahmastra.
Brahmastra thrown by Ashwathama. And that time also Lord Krishna saved Uttara. Not only that you saved my mother, you also saved me as a Parikshit Maharaj, because Krishna personally entered into the womb of Uttara and he actually counteracted the heat coming from the Brahmastra. And that is where, so Parikshit Maharaj got the darshan of Lord Sri Krishna even before he took a birth. And that is where he was very curious, very enthusiastic. Who is that person who actually saved me? And that is where everywhere he will go, he is the same person, he is the same person. And that is why he is called as Pariksha. So he was taking the Pariksha, he is the same person, he is the same person. So that same Parikshit Maharaj was very, very grateful to Lord Sri Krishna. And then he says that, whatever you told is very brief. I want you tell me all Krishna concepts about the Balaram, how the son of Devaki and Rohini. He is the son of Devaki. At the same time, how he actually son of Rohini. Why did Krishna get transferred to the house of Nanda Maharaj? Where did Krishna live with his relative? What did Krishna do in Vrindavan? What did he do in Mathura? What did he do in Dwarka? Why did he kill his mama, uncle Kamsa? How many years Krishna lived in with the descendants of Vrishni? How many wives did Krishna marry? How many years did he live in Dwarka? And not only that, he said that whatever the questions I asked, that also you answer, and whatever the question I have not asked, you please answer that as well. Because as a disciple, we may not know all the details, we do not know even what to ask. But Parikshit Maharaj saying that whatever I asked, you answer the question, and in addition to that, what is relevant to me, you answer that as well. So Parikshit Maharaj is setting an example as a disciple. When we go to the spiritual master, what should we ask? We should not go to a spiritual master and ask how to get a good job in Bangalore IT industry. No, that you can even go to the type Google and how to get a wonderful job. There are thousands of links you can get. But you should go to the spiritual master, or we rather, not you, we, including me as well. When you go to the spiritual master, we should ask very relevant questions. And the relevant questions are related to our spiritual journey, not related to the material journey. I have a lower back pain and what to do. There are thousands of orthopedic in Bangalore. They will tell you what to do. Need not to go to the spiritual master for that. We have to go to the spiritual master to ask, what is the purpose of this life? Why I am suffering in this material world? Not only that, not only I am suffering in this Bangalore traffic, but I am suffering from the Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vadi, Dukha, Dosha, Anudarshanam. How can I overcome these difficulties? These problems are not only to me, it is common for all the people. Not only that, nobody knows what is the solution for that, and nobody can avoid this problem. Can you give me the solution for this problem? This type of questions one should ask, relevant questions. And then of course, Sukadeva Goswami glorifies Parikshit Maharaj. Thank you, you have a great attraction for Krishna Katha. And you have asked, I am very happy because Parikshit Maharaj, when the Srota, Vakta, both are interactive sessions. You see the whole Vedic literatures are about question answer. Bhagavad Gita is the conversation between Arjun and Bhagavan Sri Krishna. And Bhagavatam is the conversation between Parikshit Maharaj and Sukadeva Goswami. He said, thank you very much. You asked very relevant question, and Sukadeva Goswami is very happy because such kind of question, he is getting elated that good, thank you, you asked such a question, because your questions are related to the well-wishing of all the living entities. So these questions are very wonderful. And not only that, when the questions are asked, there are three kinds of people who get benefit or get purified by such a Krishna Katha. And who are those three people who get benefited by such Krishna Katha?
Srota, Bhakta.
The person who is asking question, the person who is answering the questions, and the people who is surrounding that, all three types of people get benefited. So that is where this every time there is a Katha, there is a person speaking, there is a question, and then there are people who is actually hearing that. Not only that, he said, just like the Ganges purified the three words, similarly, nectar related to Krishna purified all the people in the three words. That is why your question are very important, because this Krishna Katha, Hari Katha, Uttama Shloka Gunanuvadat will purify the people not only in our ACS layout or those who are coming to Janmashtami, but all the people in Karnataka, Bangalore, India, and all over the three worlds. That is where Parikshit Maharaj, Sukadeva Goswami actually begins that. And after saying that, the context, the background, Sukadeva Goswami begins to narrate the pastimes of Krishna. Why did Supreme Lord Sri Krishna come to this material world? So once he says the shloka number 17. So he says, once Mother Earth was overburdened by the hundreds and thousands of the military phalanx of the various demons dressed like a kings, and she approached Lord Brahma for a relief. So you can see that this is also very relevant. So there were all these people who are actually demonic, but they were acting as like a king. And who are the kings? If you see our Vedic parampara, if you see, the kings are not only the rajas, but they are the Raja Rishis. They are guided by the Devarshis or Rishis, but they themselves are the Raja Rishis. So here, the kings who are actually in the disguise of the king, but they are not actually king, but they are demons. And the Mother Earth was overburdened. And Mother Earth is not overburdened by the 7.4 billion people, but Mother Earth is burdened by the sinful activity of the people, those who are on this earthly planet. We can see that in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says that, how do we get this Annad Bhavati Bhutani Parjanyat Anna Yajnat Bhavati Parjanya Yajna Karma Samudbhavam. So this earthly planet actually becomes very, very auspicious, become very, very happy when the people on this earthly planet starts worshipping in the or engaging into the yajna. And what is the recommended yajna in this material world or a Kali Yuga? Harer Nama eva kevalam kale naste gatir anyatha. So when Srila Prabhupada 1970s, he was asked by a person from Hyderabad, Swamiji, now we do not have a rain in this Hyderabad loop, can you give some solution? He thought that Swamiji will give some mantra and he will say like this and the rain will come. He said, no, what you have to do, if you really need a rain, what you have to do? You have to do the yajna. And what is the relevant yajna in this age of Kali? Harer Nama eva kevalam kale naste gatir anyatha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare. So Mother Earth was overburdened by all these kings. So what did she do? She immediately went to the next higher authority. So that is the Vedic culture. If you have a problem, approach to someone. You may try to solve from your, that's okay, you can try. But finally, she went to the Brahma. And Brahma, what Brahmadev did, he also saw that whether I can solve this problem or not. Who is the Brahma? Brahma is the secondary, he is the secondary creator. Sarga, Visarga. Sarga is done by Lord Krishna and Visarga is done by Lord Brahma. He is not an ordinary person. He is the highly intellectual jiva on this earthly planet, the first living entity. He thought this problem is not in my capacity. Then what did he do? He recommended that we should go to the higher authority. So sometimes we think that I can solve the problem, but Lord Brahma is showing by his own example. Sometimes we have to also see that, is it within my capacity? If it's not within my capacity, then go to the higher authority, approach to the higher authority, and that is what Brahmadev is showing by his own example. Sometimes if we have some, by the mercy of Krishna, we are some intelligence. So what we do? We try to solve all our own problem on our own without approaching the spiritual master or to higher authority. Brahmadev, by his own example, is showing that to whom he approached, along with all the devatas, he gathered all the devatas, and along with the Brahma, along with the Lord Shiva, along with the Indradev, along with all the devatas, Bhumata in the form of cows, they all went to the Shirodakshaya Vishnu. Now, this is also a very wonderful example. So if you have to give petition, so sometimes if you go, like some people go to the petition to the IS or the district magistrate or Tahsildar or whoever is the authority, what do they do? They gather the number of people and they go there and they give the petition. So where is this coming from? This is coming from Brahmadev, because Brahmadev took all the devatas, because the more the number of people, more the impact. So Brahmadev said that, okay, let me take all these devatas along with me. If I go alone, maybe Lord Krishna may not answer, but Krishna is very merciful. Whether you take one person or two person, he reciprocates every individual. And Brahmadev is very intelligent. He also had a backup plan. And what was the backup plan? Actually, it is said, Jagama Sahatri Nayanas. Not only that he went devatas, he also took with him 3 Nayana. And who is the 3 Nayana? Lord Shivji. Agar Bhagwan Sri Krishna bolte ki we have to destroy the whole world, then we said, okay, Lord Shivji is already there, so we can execute the backup plan as well. So Brahmadev is well planned, and he went there. And then what did he do? All the devatas, and they sat on the bank of the ocean, and then they started praying to Lord Sri Krishna. And how did Lord Krishna answer the prayers of Lord Brahma? He did not come in front of Lord Brahmadev and answer directly. We said an one-on-one meeting. ऐसे नहीं किया. What did he say? Tene Brahma Hrudaye Adi Kavaye Muhyanti Yat Suraya. So he actually answered Brahmadev's prayer in a very subtle communication way. So today we are talking about the communications 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G. Our Vedic culture knows the communication. Today people do not even have access. How did Lord Krishna give this instruction to Brahmadev? It's very subtle. We cannot understand. Today we are thinking that we have communication. We stand here and talk to the people somewhere on the western world, and we can do anything. But before that, Brahmadev, not only on this earthly planet, the Krishna was some other planet, and he was answering Lord Brahma. And what was the communication? Very subtle communication, and that communication was known to the people who are actually having the qualification. So what did Lord Krishna say to him? So in Brahmadev was in Samadhi, and he hears from Lord Vishnu, and he said that, and what did Lord Krishna say? Lord Krishna said that, well, I know all your problem. So sometimes we think that, oh, this Yugala Kishore Das, I am Yugala Kishore Das, I am going to the problem, and the Supreme Lord does not know that what are the difficulties that I am going through that. Can you please give the solution to this problem? And you give the solution exactly the way I wanted. Thinking that Lord Krishna does not know, first of all, what problem I am going through that. Second thing, that he is not quite intelligent enough to give the solution, because he may forget there are 7.4 billion people on this earthly planet. There are innumerable planets, universes, and how will he know that this tiny insignificant Yugala Kishore Das? So what does he say? Then you give me the answer the way I wanted. If you just give me a little money, I will be happy. So you do this, that's all I wanted. Or if you give me this job or promotion or these things and all those things, my problem will be solved. And what will happen? Once my problem is solved, Krishna, I will dedicate my life to you. But he doesn't know that this dukkhalayam, this material world is dukkhalayam shasvata. Once we had one Bhakti Ruksha member, and I told this, but just for the sake of, so that we don't take off from this discussion, because in our Krishna consciousness, there are two shlokas or two prayers are very wonderful. One prayer is that Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So when we start this Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, what happens? The devotees take off immediately. Then Mahaprasade Govinde, and then we actually come to this earthly planet. So just to avoid that, once we had one member from Bhakti Ruksha, and he said, Prabhu, I am getting married. So he was coming to our Bhakti Ruksha. So he said, give me some time, say maybe 3 months or 4 months. Once I get married and then get settled everything, then I will come to Bhakti Ruksha. And then I said, okay, Prabhu, thank you very much and all the best. I know that the things, how it will actually unfold. Then 3 months passed, 4 months passed, no communication, no. That time SMS was important, WhatsApp was not there. So then I send SMS, Prabhu, give some more time, I will come actually. Then 1 year passed, one Janmashtami, next Janmashtami also passed. Then one day I saw that Prabhu along with his wife and baby in his hand actually. So Krishna consciousness, so we think that if I solve this problem, then I will come to Krishna consciousness. Material world will make sure that if you solve this problem, then there is a much bigger problem in front of you. Then you will solve that problem. By the time you will come 59 and 60, nothing will come. So we have to practice Krishna consciousness right now, because bhakti is independent of any material situation. Whether we have a job, we do not have job. Whether we are poor, whether we are rich, whether we are Hindu, Brahmana, Muslim, nothing, doesn't matter. All we Krishna says that savai pumsa paro dharmo yathor bhakte adoksaje ahituke pratihata yatma suprasiddhasi. The living entity's purpose of this material world is to engage in the service of devotional service, irrespective of the situation. If you are in the hope against a hope that if I solve this problem and I become happy, all the best, nothing can actually do. So Lord Brahma got the answer from Krishna. He said that very soon I will appear on this earthly planet. Not only I will appear, I am asking you, all the devatas, you also appear, the wives of the devatas, you also appear, Vishnu Maya, she will also appear, and then Brahma come back, and he gives the communication to all the devatas. And now what did he say? He said the communication gap. How does communication gap begins? So Lord Krishna say, all of you appear. When I appear, all of you also appear. That includes Brahmadev. But when Brahmadev transferred that indirect communication, indirect speech to all the devatas, he said that all of you appear on the earthly planet. He excluded himself. So this is what happens. So in our hierarchy, so maybe the sector servant will give a request that Prabhu, can you engage into the service, you and your Bhakti Ruksha members. So what Bhakti Ruksha leader will do? He will pass the communication, exclude himself, and then he said that all the Bhakti Ruksha member, you are supposed to engage. And then what I am supposed to do? That I will just stand there and put both the hands on the knee, and then the waist, and then I must know. And what happened because of that? Because Brahmadev missed this opportunity, Krishna has to rectify that situation by doing the Brahma Vimohan Leela, so that Brahma has to come there and appear in Krishna's services. So if we get the services of Krishna, never say that you engage in the service and exclude yourself. No, it is for all of us, because this service is not only for the Bhakti Ruksha members, but for the Bhakti Ruksha leaders, for the sector servant, and for all those, everybody up and down. Because without Bhakti, how can we actually purify ourselves? It is only the Bhakti that can purify ourselves. And then, so Brahmadev went to all his devatas also dispersed, and then Sukadeva Goswami shifted the focus from the earthly planet to the material planet. And he says, so there was once the son of the Surasena. Who was the son of Surasena? Vasudeva. They were actually living in Mathura, and then Vasudeva married to Devaki. And Devaki's cousin brother was the Kamsa. And so that day, so immediately the focus shifted from there, and Sukadeva Goswami is narrating this Krishna, the marriage of Vasudeva and Devaki. So that day, so earlier days, when the bride actually goes to the house, that the brother or the father will actually drop the new bridegroom to the house of the husband. So that day, Kamsa was very, very inspired, and he said that I will drop you personally. And he became a chariot driver, the Ratha Vahak of Devakis. And along with that, the Devak, or the dowry that was given to Devaki's marriage was 200 female assistants, 400 elephants, 10,000 horses, and 1800 chariots. So this parampara of dowry was there in Vedic culture. But of course, in material world, today's world, everything get what you call the perverted reflection. So when one of my colleagues, when we few years ago, when we were young, and he was also young, and he was about to get married. So he was from southern countries, and I asked my dear friend, will you, when now you are going to get married, will you get a dowry? He said, see, Bhaskar. So that time he said, Bhaskar, I will not take a dowry, but whatever my father-in-law that I give, I will happily accept that. So this is the situation. Of course, the dowry situation was there, but it has a purpose, and but today is the perverted reflection of that. So Devaki and Vasudeva getting married, and Kamsa Maharaj chariot driver, and at that time there happens to be Akashvani, and that Akashvani comes that, oh Murukha Kamsa, you are actually becoming the chariot driver of Devaki, but keep be informed that the 8th Garbha, the Akashvani did not say whether the boy or girl, it said Ashtamo Garbham, the Ashta Garbha of Devaki will kill you. Now what happened? The Kamsa, who was the brother of Devaki, and he was ready to take her from their place to the other place, became very violent. And now immediately he actually captured the head of Devaki by left hand, and he removed his sword in his right hand and about to kill Devaki. Can you imagine? This is the situation of the people who are demonic. The demonic people can change the color within a short moment, because the asuras only think that asu itti akarshana uchate asura. Those means the asuras they are very much attracted. Asura means for their breathing. They can do anything for their own self. They can kill their sister, they can kill their brother, they can kill their father, brother, anything. So here, the Kamsa, the few minutes ago, he was ready to become chariot driver. The next moment, he became what you call the butcher. He was about to kill his own sister. And at that time, now Vasudeva was very anxious now, because it is a duty of a husband to protect his wife. Now Vasudeva, what did he do? He used some diplomacy, he used some logic, he used some philosophical conversation to convince Kamsa, so that he can actually save Devaki from that, because he knows that Vasudeva, the Kamsa, is very flicker mind. Within the moment he can actually change. Now imagine you are there in front of you, your relative is there, and some demonic person is about to kill. What would be the situation of Vasudeva? And Vasudeva, because he is being devotee, he was actually undisturbed and unagitated in that situation. Because if you are disturbed and unagitated, you can actually take a wonderful decision. You can take a very practical decision. And Vasudeva was exactly befitting those qualities. He was very, very undisturbed. But of course, he might be disturbed within the situation, but initially he was completely sober and undisturbed. And now the discussion goes many shlokas, but in reality Vasudeva had only fraction of second or maybe few moments before actually the sword of Kamsa comes down and chop off the head of Devaki. So within that fraction of seconds or the fraction of moment, all he has that what he can actually do to convince Kamsa so that he can save the Devaki, and not only Devaki, the next generations are the 6th, 7th and then 8th, because he knew that Lord Krishna is going to appear there. And then what did he do? He used the Sama. We know that in Indian philosophy, the Vedic culture, so there is a Sama, Dama, Danda, Veda. So he used the philosophy of Sama, Veda and the Nyaya philosophy. So he said, Sama means glorifying. If person is not listening direct, so initially what you do? You go and glorify. Mrutyunjay Prabhu, aap bahut acha kaam karte hain, so you glorify him. And Mrutyunjay Prabhu's heart will get melted. Okay, okay, what you want, Prabhu, tell me. So Prabhu, can you take the service of parking and switch up? He said, okay, thank you, Prabhu, you asked me. So sometimes what we do? We don't even ask Prabhus who is absent there. Advait Prabhu and our Prabhu, that he will know. Where is Vijay Narasimha Prabhu? We know that if nobody is there, okay, assign that service. Vrajapremi Mataji is not there, okay, who will do the decoration? We know that Vrajapremi Mataji, and they will do that. Okay, who will do the kitchen service? Anupam Krishna Prabhu. Last year he was not here. And then who will do that? Okay, we assigned to Anupam Krishna Prabhu. And then later in the evening, I asked Prabhu, will you take? He said, did you assign service already? I said, already assigned. Now this is the reverse engineering kind of call to you, just to make sure that you are on the same page that we are. So please take that service. So this is what happened. So he started glorifying. He said, you are a very glorious person. Not only the glorious person, your dynasty is very glorious. And you come from the Bhoja dynasty. And even though she is like your younger sister, but the elder brother is like a father, how can you kill her? And then he said that the Devaki is not different from your daughter, and creating, so like this he actually started glorifying Kamsa. Then next, that after glorifying Kamsa, there was no sign of Kamsa getting pacified or getting convinced. Then Vasudeva started using another weapon. So first you use the Sama weapon. If that does not work, the next weapon is that you use the Veda, the fear. So instill some fear within that person, so that with that fear, definitely he should come. So giving the example, so Prabhu, if Prabhu doesn't agree, or Mrutyunjay Prabhu doesn't agree for the shoot, say, Prabhu, if you do not do these Janmashtami services for next 364 days, you will not get any opportunity to do it. So Prabhu said, okay, at least let me do that. So that is where he started instilling the fear in the heart of Kamsa. He said that if you kill your younger sister, or like a daughter, you will actually be killing the sister. Not only killing the sister, but you are killing on her marriage day. Imagine the sinful reaction that you will incur. And because you are coming from the very high dynasty, because of that, it would actually create the bad omen for you and for all your dynasty, and there is a possibility that whole your family will actually get ruined. Nothing happened to Kamsa. When they said, very thick skin, nothing will happen, nothing happened for him. And then he started using the Nyaya. He said, Kamsa, one who has actually taken a birth is sure to die. Why are you worrying about that? Jatasya hi dhruva mrityur, dhruva janma mrityu. Aparihar, what is that? Tasmat apariharte na sochatam marhasi. Those who have taken a birth is sure to die. And those who are those who are already died is sure to take birth again. Why are you actually lamenting for such things, which is unavoidable? You must take birth and you must die. So don't worry that the living entity, and even if you are going to kill, it is only the body, that Kamsa body, that will be killed, but the Kamsa that has living entity will be intact. So please do not worry about that. And he gives the analogy. He says that as the living entity, dehinosmin yatha dehi kaumaram javanam yatha dehantara prapte dhiras tatrana mohete. So as you are taken a birth, similarly you will die, and after leaving this body you will acquire another body. And he gives some analogies. Just like a person walking, he places one foot before the other, just like you are walking, right? So you leave the another foot and then you put another foot simultaneously. So similarly, the living entity leaves the previous body and acquires the next body. Just like the worm moves from the one leaf to the another leaf. So he gives a different analogy, and but still, and he also gives the after that also Vasudeva tries to pacify Kamsa, but Kamsa was the follower of Rakshasas, and Sama and Veda philosophy could not affect him. Even the Veda philosophy did not work. So then Vasudeva was thinking that as long as, Sukadeva Goswami says that as long as one has intelligence, one should avoid a death. And let me actually try to save Devaki. And who is the Devaki? Devaki is the Bhakti. So for all of us, if we might be in a different circumstances, we should try to utilize all our intelligence to save our Bhakti. Whatever it comes, whatever it may take, whether it's a Sama, Dama, Danda or Ved, but one must protect our Bhakti in whatever the circumstances. Today what we do, we actually protect our material wealth on the, at the cost of our Bhakti. No problem, okay, Bhakti, if you do tomorrow, no problem. But if I lose my money, what will happen? But here, Vasudeva is showing by his own example that he's trying all his best, trying all the different weapons, Sama, Dama, Veda, philosophy, just to protect his wife. So Sukadeva Goswami says that as long as there is intelligence, one must protect oneself, one must protect his wife. So what is the Vasudeva now? Vasudeva utilized some intelligence. He said, Are Kamsa, Murkha Kamsa, who is going to kill you? Devaki is Ashtama Garbha, right? Not Devaki. So why are you worrying? What I will do, I will give every Devaki, whenever Devaki gives birth to all the sons, as soon as she gives birth, I will hand over to that, you take care of that. So your all problem will be solved. Devaki will also be protected, your family will also be protected, you will also be protected from the sinful activity. Why can't you do that? I promise that I will give all the Devaki's son to you without fail. And you see that there is a transformation of their Kamsa's heart. So Kamsa, though he was very sinful, he was a Rakshasa, but he could actually believe on the word of devotees. You can see that the word of the devotees are so powerful, and it has a potency. Just like that, you remember from Mahabharata, Gandhari was actually blindfolded for rest of her life. She had so much of potency just by going through the sacrifice. Imagine the power of devotee. The power of devotee, the word of the power of the devotee's word is so powerful that once Narad Muni said that when he cursed the son of Kubera, Nal Kubera and Manigrama, he did not ask Krishna that when you come in Dwapar Yuga, you deliver things. Without asking Krishna, he said that you will be delivered by Krishna. Without taking the permission of Krishna, will you come there? Today, like office, if you do anything, that you have to take a permission from your authority. If you don't take the permission, the boss will ask, well, how did you take decision? To whom actually you checked? To whom you actually discussed? So, but here, as soon as Narada said, Krishna actually came to deliver the sons of Kubera. Our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada, he was in Mumbai in 1970s, and he was actually went to the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavans for a program. And after the program, Srila Prabhupada came and he said that after a few years we'll have a temple. And sure enough, today we have a Chaupati temple where Srila Prabhupada pointed his cane. So we can understand the power of devotee's word. Sometimes, as a devotee, just for the caveat here, for devotees we say that, okay Prabhu, do not worry, I will come to this service. And actually he mean that he will not come, I try. But when you say try, it means actually no. Practically it means no, he will not come. So when you say that I will try, so try means he will not come. But keep in mind that when you say, and if you do not follow, the power, the potency of your word actually comes down. So be careful what you say. When you say that, you do it. Because when we actually commit, and if you don't do that, the power of our potency comes. And then there is a story like that. There was in village, the person was calling that, oh, what is that? Some fox came and fox or the whatever.
Tiger.
Yeah. And one time then he called and all the villagers came. Second time also he was actually making fun. He was actually lying. Second time came and third time came. And when the real fourth time the fox or the lion or the tiger came, the people thought that he's actually making fun. Nobody came in the real situation. So similarly, devotees, when we actually say it, you mean it. It's very wonderful. And if you don't follow that, the potency of our word will come down, and eventually when you say, nothing will happen. And today we say that earlier when the Brahmanas will give curse, it will happen. When the Sringi said that you will die, he is going to die for 7 days, because that was the potency, that was the purity of their word. Today we use our word so casually, say yes Prabhu, I will do that, and when somebody is there, nobody comes there. That's not the thing. That one should be very careful, and when we are using the word. So that finally Kamsa was convinced, and he agreed that okay, I will leave that. So now you go back. Kamsa, Vasudeva and Devaki actually goes back, and then finally Vasudeva and Devaki on their way, Kamsa on his way, and then so now what happens, that ends the chapter 1. The second chapter begins the atrocities of the Kamsa, and the Kamsa, with the help of various demons, Kamsa started prosecuting the Yadus. So what this Kamsa is also a very intelligent person, that's why he was there actually. So what he would do, he would challenge all these demons, Rakshasas, and then he will actually challenge them for a fight, and then when he defeats, he will not kill them, he will make his assistant or associate, and whenever is required he will call them Putana, Bakasur, Agasur, all this. So he had a gang of all these Rakshasas or Asuras for him. So whenever his need comes, he will send a WhatsApp message, please come there on the service. So they will be ready for their service there. So he had, and some of the Yadus actually they left, fled here and there, and then in a few shlokas, Sukadeva Goswami says that after some time, Devaki actually gave birth to her first son. And Vasudeva promised to his word. He actually took that son and went to Kamsa and handed over that. Can you imagine a father and mother giving their the newborn baby so that he will be killed? Vasudeva was ready to do anything for that, but of course there are many other reasons that Acharya said that why Vasudeva actually giving his son to Kamsa to kill. It's very difficult, right? How can you give? You know that he's going to kill, and you are handing over your son to kill someone. Why? What could be the thought that Vasudeva is going through his mind? It's not easy. Imagine as a mother and as a father, if a son or daughter just fall down and get some scratches, oh, what happened my son and daughter? Imagine that son and daughter is about to kill by someone, and you are handing over to that, and Vasudeva is giving his first son to the Kamsa. So what was the thought process that Vasudeva was going through that? Any thought?
Promise his word.
Word. First thing is that?
Promise his word.
Promise to his word. Prana jaya par vachan na jaya. Dharma. Okay. Krishna will come. Sorry, bro?
Focus is on Krishna.
Focus on in Krishna. Eagerness to hear that. So sometimes we may get through the difficulty. You see that not only one. How many sons were killed? 6 sons were killed. 6 sons were killed, and after every son, Vasudeva will very religiously will take and hand over to that. And of course, we understand that those sons were not an ordinary person. They were cursed. They were the sons of Marichi, and they were actually cursed, and they were cursed that they will be relieved by when they will be killed by their own father. So here, and when we go through the difficulties, when we are practicing Krishna consciousness, we have to have a focus on Krishna. And what was the focus of Vasudev? As Prabhu said, that the focus of Vasudev, that when my Lord will come, I am ready to go through all the challenges, all the difficulties, but only for one thing, for the pleasure of my dear Lord Sri Krishna, only for the pleasure of my spiritual master. So once we had one devotee in last 2-3 years of Janmashtami, and he was actually engaging in the service, and something happened, actually he fell, and he fell on his back, and his back was actually, he has gone through the lot of problems, and next 6 months he was on bed, but he never asked, Krishna, I am engaging in your service, and what did you do that? Finally, you broke my back. No, he did not ask. Even today, that same person with the belt is actually engaging in the service of Krishna. So the challenges will come, difficulties will come, but why we are actually going through all the difficulties? Only one purpose, one goal, for the pleasure of our dear Lord Sri Krishna, for the pleasure of our spiritual master, for the pleasure of Guru Parampara. And devotees are ready to take any challenges and any difficulties only when our focus and goal is on Krishna. And as soon as we remove our focus and goal from Krishna, then it becomes very difficult to tolerate or to go through all these challenges. And then Vasudeva handed over his son Kirtiman to Kamsa, and Kamsa said, okay, it is Devaki's Ashtamo Garbha, no? So no problem, okay, you take this son back, anyway he's not going to give a trouble. And then Vasudeva and Devaki goes back. Vasudeva knows this person is a very flicking mind, Chanchala. Now he's saying yes, within next moment he will say no, and again he will say yes, no, yes, no. So he was ready that he is going to come. And at that moment comes a Devarsi Narada. And Devarsi Narada comes and he said that, hey Kamsa, do you know that all the devatas already appeared? Is it? I did not know that. I did not get any WhatsApp message. Are Baba, you did not join the group, the WhatsApp group. How will you come to know that? Devatas, I have their group, WhatsApp group, and they already told they are already appeared in ACS layout or somewhere. So, and no, and you left this son, you are thinking that this is the first son. Now he gave the example of the lotus and the petals, right? The lotus flower. So you start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this become 8. What if you start the counting from the reverse? 1, 2, 3. The 8th become first. And a Kamsaka light went on. He said, oh, who knows? Probably this could be the 8th Garbha, and he will kill me now. So immediately he called Vasudev. You see that? You cannot rely, you cannot count on the Asuras. They can change their mind within a fraction of a second. And then not only that, he called Vasudeva and Devaki. He put them chained, shackled, put in the prison house, got his things, and he killed the first son of Vasudeva and Devaki. Imagine Vasudeva and Devaki going through that. In front of their eyes, their newborn baby, so-called the innocent baby, is being killed. And Vasudeva, the Kamsa are so atrocious. Such a Prabhupada writes in the Bhagavad Gita 4th chapter. It is called as a very, what do you call that? Very karma, Ghana karma, very deep. Ugra karma. And today Kamsa has done things, and the people in this material world actually are engaging. We might also be engaging into such a Ugra karma by helping those organizations working for their developing the software for those organizations. They might be killing the people. So few weeks ago, we were discussing about the Ugra karma, as Advait Gaur Prabhu said that. And one devotee said his wife is okay, she is not practicing such a Krishna consciousness, but she got a job offer from a US company, and that US company was offering a package. She was actually dreaming of such a wonderful package. And then she asked, what is the job profile of that? And the job profile was something related to the cow killing. And the wife of this Prabhu is practicing. He connected to our ISKCON center, but his wife is actually, she is favorable but not against Krishna consciousness, but she knew that you cannot kill go matas. Go hatya is very, very dangerous thing. So what did she, so today we might be working for, so what you call the McDonald's or something like, you might be creating wonderful app, wonderful software, but at the back end, what they are doing, so we have to be very careful who you are working. So now she asked what is the job profile. He says that that is what he said. Immediately she sent mail that I don't want. She declined that offer. HR called, is that what is the problem? Can we give some more? Can we increase your salary? She said no, I don't want. And she said that you are the first person who declined such a wonderful package that general people think of, dream of, but you declined that offer because that organization was supposed to engage or is engaging in the cow killing. And how can a devotee think of cow being killed and you being the participating indirectly or directly in that act? Devotees would not do that. Go Mata is for us is pujaniya. Go Mata, first we have to go Raksha, then go Seva, go Puja. So forget about all those things. Today Go Matas are being killed and we are just being the mute spectator. Nothing is being happened today. And as long as Go Matas are being killed, as long as Vedic culture is being destroyed, as long as Brahmanic culture are being destroyed, you will not have peace on this earthly planet. So that is what this Kamsa and his actually member did. In the 4th chapter, he called all these gang. He sent WhatsApp message, today we will have a meeting. So what happened? This is what happened. Now what to do? He said that this association with these things, he said kill all those sons, those who are born in the last 10 days. So he said, they said that if you have to kill the people, or he said that now these devatas are afraid of you. Lord Vishnu is sitting in the heart of all the yogis. Lord Shiva, he has gone to the forest. Brahma Deva is busy somewhere. If you have any threat or danger, it's only Devatas. Don't ignore Devatas. And if you have to defeat Devatas, what you have to do? You have to stop all the Vedic culture. You have to stop the Brahmanical culture. You have to destroy the Vedic culture. You have to stop the stop all the yajnas, and you have to start killing cows. And if you stop all those things, Vedic culture will be destroyed. And then you can enjoy all those things. And that is what all these asuras give them instruction or the guidance to Kamsa. And Kamsa followed that. So here, in the few shlokas, Sukadeva Goswami says that this how he actually killed all the 6 sons of one after the other, and he was actually mute spectator seeing that their sons. So the point that I was bringing here is that we might be engaging, doing wonderful CC++, Java, .NET, whatever is that, but at back end, see that to whom it is being used. Very important. Am I being engaged into the Ugra Karma? So after being killed all the 6 sons, that, and then the time come for the 7th Garbha of Devaki. And that 7th Garbha was none other than Balaram, Ananta. So now you see that it's very wonderful here. Before Krishna comes, Baladev comes, and the Baladev in the mood of service to Lord Sri Krishna. Baladev sometimes comes as an elder brother, sometimes come as a younger brother. Rama Anuja, or he can be the younger brother of Krishna Kanaya, right? So, but the whole purpose of his appearance is to serve Krishna. So what did he do? He came here. Acharya says that before Krishna appeared as the 8th Garbha, this Balaram or Ananta appeared so that he can prepare the Garbha, he can prepare the seed for the appearance of our dear Lord Sri Krishna. So similarly, just like Ananta came to serve Krishna, for all of us there is opportunity. Krishna is going to appear tomorrow. Of course he is there, but he appears Prakatya for all of us in front of our eyes. Krishna may appear in the form of the holy name. Krishna is going to appear. Is our heart ready for the appearance of Lord Sri Krishna? Just like Baladev came and purified, of course there is nothing to be purified, but just as a service to Krishna, making the arrangement for the seat and everything for the appearance of Lord Sri Krishna. Similarly, are we ready to welcome our dear Lord Sri Krishna tomorrow? If you see our heart is full of Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mad, Moha, Matsarya, will Lord, our dear Lord Krishna appear in our heart? No way. When our heart is actually full of all this Kama, Krodha, Lobha. when Krishna has to appear, it should be purified. So Baladev is coming and giving that signal that if Krishna is coming, he comes personally and only with the mood of serving Krishna. And Baladev, who is the Baladev? Baladev, Balaram, he is actually represent the Guru Tattva. Guru Tattva means we are serving Krishna. And in a disciplic succession, the duty of the disciple is to serve Krishna in a disciplic succession. The whole purpose of Guru Parampara is how that we connect to Krishna and serve Krishna. And at that time, Krishna orders Yogamaya. And what does Krishna orders Yogamaya? You can see that Krishna is engaging everybody in the services. He said, go Yogamaya, you go to Vraja, transfer that womb from the womb of Devaki, which is a Sankarshana, which is a Balaram, Ananta, everything, from there to the womb of Rohini. And who is the Rohini? Rohini is the eternal mother of Balaram. So you have to transfer from the Sankarshana from the womb of Devaki to the Rohini's womb. And Rohini is also wife of Vasudeva. And he has put Rohini in the charge of Nanda Maharaj in the Vraja. So he had many wives, and one of the wives was Rohini. So Yogamaya was given the order, and she said, Krishna said that because now if you complete or fulfill this service, you will be on the surface of earth. You will be known by the different names, and different names as Durga, Bhadrakali, Vijaya, Vaishnavi, Kumuda, Chandika, Krishna, Madhavi, Kanyaka, Maya, Narayani, Ishani, Sharada, and Ambika. So if you fulfill my service, that you will be known by different places by different names, and that is nothing but Durga Devi. So Rama, Sankarshana, Baladev, everybody, Krishna engaged in the service of that. Then what happened? Yogamaya appeared there, exactly what she was told. She transferred the womb from the Garbha, from the Devaki's thing to the Rohini's. And at that time, all the people on the Mathura, they thought that it was a miscarriage for. They said, alas, alas, Devaki has actually miscarried. They did not know that the Sankarshana was actually transferred from there. And now the time comes to appear our dear Lord Bhagavan Sri Krishna ki Jai, Janmashtami Mahamotsav ki Jai. And how did Lord appear in the Garbha of Devaki? Is not the material world, the ordinary person appears, not the connection of that interaction between the husband and the wife, union of husband and of wife. Krishna appeared first in the mind of Vasudeva, and once he appeared, Vasudeva appeared to be very blissful, very happy, and after that he was actually transferred from the Vasudeva minds to the Devaki's mind. And as soon as when it was transferred to Devaki's mind, Devaki was very effulgent, she was very happy, and Kamsa came to know that the time has come, that my enemy has appeared, because he could immediately realize that how can a Devaki become so effulgent, so wonderful, so happy? She was so jubilant. It was just appearance of Lord Sri Krishna. As soon as we come in contact with Krishna, we become happy, we become effulgent, we become jubilant. And if somebody says that I am practicing Krishna consciousness and I am not happy, this is the contradictory, because Susukham Kartumayam. Bhakti means one should be happy. Devaki is actually representing Bhakti, and Krishna, as soon as through Bhakti one comes in contact with Krishna, all we actually become Susukham Kartum Avyam. There is no other way that if we say that I am a devotee and I am not happy, that's something wrong. This is not going hand in hand. Devotee means it must be happy. And if we are not happy, that means we are not practicing our spiritual things as it is supposed to be. And then Devaki become very happy. Still Kamsa was thinking that before actually she gives birth, I should kill Devaki. Na rahega? So that simple solution, so that we kill Devaki and the Ashtama Garbha will be killed, Devaki will be killed. But sometimes these people, she's a woman, she's my sister, she's carrying, how can I kill for that? So then Kamsa for a moment again become a very Sura mentality, because Sura and Asura. So he became a Sura mentality, and he said, okay, let us wait, I will wait for some time, and he decided to wait. And all the time, what he was doing? He was just thinking about Krishna consciousness. He became a Krishna consciousness, but not in a positive way, but in a negative way. Even if he was actually taking a food, in the food he was actually thinking about Krishna. If he get up morning and as soon as he open his eyes, he would actually think of Krishna. He sleep on the bed, and if you look at his ceiling, what he would see? He would see only Krishna. As soon as somebody comes, door open the, oh, Krishna had come. So he was actually becoming Krishna consciousness. And but for all of us, Rupa Goswami has given a, what is the bhakti? Is it a bhakti that you are thinking? Kamsa is becoming Krishna consciousness, right? Is it a bhakti?
No.
Why? It is not a. It is not a favorable. So where it is said that the bhakti should be favorable? So what is the definition of nectar of devotion says? Anya abhilashita shinya anukullena krishnanushilanam bhakti ruchate. So the real bhakti is that when engaging in the service of Krishna, in the favorable mood to please Krishna, that the Krishna may be pleased by our service, but if our intention is not to please Krishna, is not the bhakti. Because Kamsa was actually doing the activities. There are many asuras. They may come and fight Krishna. That may give pleasure to Krishna, but their intention was not to please Krishna. Our intention is to please Krishna, and Krishna gets pleased. With that activity, Krishna gets pleased. Then that is called as bhakti. So temporarily, this Kamsa actually saved, he allowed Devaki, he did not kill Devaki, thinking that, okay, I have some time, and by the time let us see what happens. And at that time, all the Devatas actually appeared in the house, the prison house where Devaki, and because they know that the Supreme Lord has taken the shelter of Devaki's Garbha, and then all the Devatas started glorifying Krishna with very beautiful prayers. And one of the prayers is very beautiful. I just wanted to read here. Satya is a sloka number 26, canto number 10, chapter number 2. Satya vratam satya param tri satyam satya satyasya yoni nihitam cha satya satyasya satyam amrutasya satya netram satyatmakatvam sharanam prapanna. So this all the devatas, and who all came there to offer the prayers? Brahmadev ji aa gaye, Shiv ji aa gaye, Indra ji aa gaye, sab all devatas actually came, and they started offering beautiful prayers to Lord Sri Krishna. We can understand that the mood of, as soon as we come and take a darshan of Krishna, what we should do? We should offer prayers. And what was the meaning of this prayer? Satya vratam. The Satya vratam means that you are always truthful to your perfect oaths. Satya param, you are the param satya, absolute truth. Not only you are a satya, but you are a param satya. Tri satyam, that means you are the satya who are present before creation, during the maintenance, and after annihilation. You are the only satya which is a present. Tri satyam. Satyasya yonim, you are the cause of all the relative truth. And satyasya satyam, satyasya satyam, you are the truth of all truth. And Ruta Satyam Netram, you are the origin of all pleasing. Satyatvakam Tvam, everything pertaining to you is only truth and truth. So when we actually recite that Keval Ashtakam, so what is that shloka where it says that? Satya. Can you sing that, Mataji? Just that shloka, that particular paragraph, where it is said that Harer Nama Evo Kevalam Satyam Satyam Punah Satyam Harer Nama Evo Kevalam. So Krishna is a Satyam Satyam, he is a truth of all the truth. He is a Satyam Vratam, he is a Satyam Param, Tri Satyam, Satyasya Yonim. And what finally Devata said at the end? He said that Sharanam Prapannam, we are taking shelter of, oh my Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. So all the Devatas, before even Lord appeared in the womb of Devaki, and it was there, before he appeared on this thing, so all the Devatas came and they offered prayers. They are beautiful prayers actually, but I think the time is running out. So they say, they recite the wonderful shloka. The whole second chapter is about the prayers of the Devatas, and then finally the time comes to appear our dear Lord Krishna. And what was the time? That time all the universe were surcharged with all the goodness, beauty and peace. All the constellations were appeared in the Rohini things. The sun, the moon, they were very happy and the peaceful. All the dishas, all the 10 dishas were actually very peaceful. The stars started twinkling. All the pashus and pakshis started chirping. And all the rivers started flowing with the clear water. The trees and the plants started full of flowers. The bees chanted in the sweet voice. A pure aromatic breeze began to flow. All the ethnic fires burnt undisturbed, and everything were all auspicious and all auspicious. And it was the day on the Ashtami, on that night of Krishna Paksha, night 12 o'clock, our dear Lord appeared from the womb of Devaki. Bhagwan Sri Krishna ki Jai. Janmashtami Maha Mahotsav ki Jai. And Krishna, when Krishna appeared, he was not like an ordinary boy that appeared, that where he was crying and his ears were actually closed. It was not like that. Sukadeva Goswami actually very wonderfully says that how Lord appeared in front, and we'll end at the end of this shloka. When Krishna appeared in front of Vasudeva and Devaki, how did he appear? Four-handed form. Can you imagine small child appearing in the four-handed Chaturbhuja form? And his eyes were actually open. When the small child actually born, how his eyes are actually there? His eyes are closed. And when the child is actually born, so what does he do? The first thing he does? Cries. If he does not cry, what you do that? People will actually pinch so that he will start crying. If he cries, it is appeared to be auspicious. Our Lord, neither he closed his eyes, nor he cried, not he appeared like 3 pounds or 3.5 pounds, not with the 2 hands, he appeared with the 4 hands. Not only he appeared with the 4 hands had with the different ayud. And what was the 4 ayud? Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. And none of this, and he was actually wearing the Pitambara. That Pitambara has not a stain of the Garbhajal. There was nothing a stain of the Garbhajal. Everything was very clean and sparkling. And not only that, his eyes, it is said that Tad Adbhutam Balakam Ambujakshanam. Sukadeva Goswami says that this Balakam is Adbhutam and his Aksha are like a lotus. Not only that, Chaturbhujam Shankha Gada Ayudham Sri Vatsa Laksham Gala Shobhikam Kaustuvam. And not only that, this boy was not an ordinary boy. He had the Sri Vatsa mark. Not only that, he had a Sri Vatsa mark. He was actually wearing the Kirita Kundala. So he was actually wearing the Kirita, and he was actually having the helmet, which was actually adorned with the very Vaidurya, very precious jewel. And then he was actually having the Pitambara, Sandra Upavayo Saubhagam, Sri Vatsa Laksham, and he has the Sri Vatsa mark on his chest. So we are studying the Bhakti Vaibhav in the 3rd canto, 2nd chapter. Srila Prabhupada writes in one of the purport, in the Vaikuntha Loka, everybody has a Chaturbhuja. Everybody has a Shankha Chakra Gada. But there is a difference between the Lord. There is a difference between the Lord and all others. And what is the difference? Prabhupada writes, there is only one difference between all the Chaturbhuja form and the Lord Sri Krishna or the Narayana. And what is the difference? Srivastha. And the Srivastha mark is only on the on Lord Sri Krishna. And what is Srivastha mark? It is actually the hair. It's a very special hair that is only appears on the chest of our dear Lord Sri Krishna. So that is how Sukadeva Goswami gives this. Vasudeva then saw the newborn child who had very wonderful lotus eyes like eyes, who bore in his 4 hands the 4 weapons, Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. His chest was the mark of Srivastha, on his the neck was the Kaustuva gem, dressed in yellow, his body blackish like a dense cloud, his scattered hair fully grown, his helmet and earrings sparkling uncommonly with the valuable gem Vaidurya, the child decorated with a brilliant belt, armlets, banglet, and all other ornaments appeared very wonderful. Can you imagine the small child appearing all the gold? We say that when the child, the living entity appears on this earthly planet, he comes without anything and he khali haath aaye hai. Nothing. Even if you have a small ring, before you leave, actually the small ring is taken up. But when Lord appeared, everything was very wonderful, very jubilant. And Vasudeva understood and realized that he is not an ordinary person. He is a Sakshat Parabrahma. He understood that he's a Sakshat Parabrahma, and after that, Vasudev and Devaki started offering a beautiful prayers, and then after that, Vasudev and they appeared, Vasudev, and they finally at the end said that, can you come to your original small child form? We are afraid that Kamsa, if he comes to know that, he may kill you. So then Krishna says that, okay, if you are afraid of Kamsa, then he gives the instruction, now please take me from here to the Gokula Mahavana. And when Krishna, after giving the instruction, Krishna appears in a small child now. Now after we appeared in the small child, and Devaki and Vasudev now, okay, now they have to take. Exactly as Krishna instructed, Vasudev took Krishna in his, what you call his palm, and he started taking, and Acharya says that there are different Acharyas. Some of the Acharyas or the devotees say that they got a basket, and the basket has a very wonderful, soft, komal beadings. And some Acharya says that he took actually on his palm, and the palm became very soft and komal, because our Lord's body is very soft and komal. And he started taking Krishna, and as soon as he started taking Krishna on the way to the Gokula Mahavana, all the chains and the shackles actually started breaking. Not only that, all the living entities actually were, their intelligence were taken away by Maya. It is said that they were all put into the sleep. They did not know what to do. Either they couldn't speak. Even if somebody speak, the other person could not hear. And even if somebody could hear, they could not see what is happening. Everybody was actually in a different kind of state of things, because nobody should see Krishna is being carried away by Vasudev from Mathura jail, prison house, to Mahavana, Gokul Mahavana. And as soon as Krishna actually, Vasudev started taking, all the doors started opening, and all the doors started opening. Indradev was very pleased and he was very happy, and he started showering, because he thought that if I rain, the people, because of the noise of the rain, the people will not able to hear. Because if somebody says, oh, Vasudev is taking Krishna, so then people will start. So anybody should not say anything, and others should not hear. So he started pouring very badly, and when they started pouring, then the river Jamuna started flowing, overflooded, because she wanted to touch the lotus feet of our dear Lord Sri Krishna. And imagine now, Vasudev is taking Krishna, and in the middle of the river, and suddenly the river actually started giving away, and all the waters, both the sides of water become a column. It becomes stunned, and as soon as the river Yamuna touched the lotus feet of Krishna, it's actually subdued, because all she wanted only touch to the lotus feet of Krishna, and she gave away. Just like our dear Lord Prabhu Ramchandraji, he wanted to cross the ocean. Initially ocean did not come. He became very angry. Ocean happy, what shall I do? He gave away. And then Krishna actually crossed, Prabhu Ramchandraji crossed the ocean. So similarly, our Bhagwan Sri Krishna crossed the river Yamuna, and from the Mathura all the way he went to the Gokul Mahavan. At the same time, Yashoda Maya has given a birth to a girl, which is actually Yoga Maya. Acharya says actually she has also given a birth to Krishna as well. So there are Krishna and the Yoga Maya. So now Vasudev went to the Sutta Graha, where Yashoda Maya was there, and she also did not know. She was completely in a deep sleep. So what did Vasudev did? He actually put our dear Krishna, Vasudeva Krishna, and it is said, the Acharya, that the Yashoda Krishna and Vasudeva Krishna actually become merged, and he took that small baby girl and again came back, and the same way that he went, same way he came back. And as soon as he reached to the prison house, immediately he actually got entangled into the chains and got shackled. So Acharya says that as long as we are in Krishna consciousness, all the Maya cannot touch you. But as soon as you leave Krishna, Maya will capture, put into the jails, she will put into the shackles, she will chain you. So what we have to do? We have to always take shelter of Krishna. Our shelter is only Krishna. Our solution is only Krishna. Anything other than Krishna is only the jail. Anything other than Krishna is only chain. Anything other than Krishna is only shackle. And then Vasudeva got chained, shackled as usual, and the baby started crying. And by the time all the Dwarpal, they got up and said, oh, she has given a birth, she has given a birth, she has given birth. And immediately they were actually, because they were thinking that who will be the first person take this big news to the Kamsa, so that Kamsa will give her some prize. And all the Dwarpal started running to Kamsa, and Kamsa was in a deep sleep. He got up, Sukadeva Goswami says that he did not even comb his hair. He started running to the Sutta Graha, and he came there and he got that child, the baby, or who was actually the small baby. And now Devaki started praying. Of course, earlier 6 times she prayed, but this time she was praying very intensely or very intently, because somebody from outside will say that your son was a saint, and now you are giving the daughter of others' daughter to the hand of Kamsa, right? So that means you are not protecting your co-wife daughter. So she was praying intently. She said that don't kill this small baby. Actually, once she grows up, I will make sure that she become your daughter-in-law. That please do not kill. Why you are killing a small child? And Kamsa, because this was the moment that he was waiting from so many years since Narada said that, and the Akashvani happened. He was only waiting for that moment that I want to kill Krishna. And then now he took that baby, and he was about to that. So he took her by her hand and about to slap on the stone slab. Then slipped from hand, and actually that she went to and she appeared the form of Durga Ashtabhuja, and she had Ashta weapons in her hand. And what were the Ashta weapons in her hand? She had the bow, arrow, Trishula, sword, dhal, and then Shankha, Chakra, Gada. Padma was not there, so total 8.
Bhala and Trisul.
Yeah. So that's all 8 there, and she appeared in the form of Devi. And you know that this all Asuras are they are fond of Devis. He was astonished. How is that possible that my sister became the Ashaya, or the resting place for the Devi? Because for them Devi is everything. And he became astonished, and Devi said, oh Murka Kamsa. Again she said, you are Murka Kamsa, you are trying to kill me, you already killed so many people, the person who is going to kill you already taken birth somewhere. Because you would ask, can you please tell me where is the place? Devi did not say, wherever he has taken birth, he has already taken a birth, and he is going to kill you anyway. Why are you to stop killing all those things, stop all this nonsense, now you will be killed for that. And she disappeared. So this is how Devi comes. And then Vasudeva, and when Krishna, Kamsa saw that, he was astonished, and he said, he came and offered his forgiveness to Vasudeva and Devaki, because now his heart again transformed. Earlier, Vasudeva was trying to convince, now by just seeing the Devi Roop, he actually got convinced, and he started saying that I am so sinful. I am a man killer. I am the Rakshasas. I am Asuri Vrutti. I killed all your sons. Please forgive me. Not only that, he says very beautiful things. He says that I am the man-eater, and I have killed all your sons for the and not only that, he said that, now he says that people start blaming other things. He said that I thought only the people in this age of Kali tales lie, but even the providence lie, because the providence said that the 8th child will kill, but now I saw that the 8th child was a daughter and she did not kill, it was actually Devi. Even the providence lie. You see that initially he was actually begging forgiveness from Vasudeva and Devaki. Immediately he changed the course, and he came to the conclusion, realization, and the realization was the providence also tells lie. The human people, the human species may tell lie, but our Acharya says Devata will never tell a lie. But Kamsa's conclusion was that, Kamsa's realization was that even the providence will lie. And he said that, actually I killed all your sons, but it is not, I did something, because their destination was to be killed by my hands. It was your kids' misfortune that they were killed I have done nothing, because it was written there in destiny. Because, and he started giving a Bhagavad Gita class. He said that the soul never dies, please excuse me. And Vasudeva and Devaki were such a kind and generous heart. They immediately forgiven Kamsa, and then Kamsa peacefully returned. And then afterwards he calls a meeting of all these Asuras, and then he starts again the atrocities of killing all those kids those who are born in the last 10 days. And then Bhagavatam continues from the 4th chapter onwards. So today we discuss from the chapter 1, chapter 2. Chapter 2, we just touched the prayers of Devatas, wonderful prayers. And the third is the appearance of our dear Lord Krishna. So from now and the next 24 to 36 hours for all of us, it's a wonderful time to meditate on Krishna's pastimes. Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna and Leela. So this is the time that when we actually please Krishna, because Krishna is going to appear. And if our heart is full of all the material desire, there is hardly any opportunity for all of us that Krishna may appear in our heart. This is the time that we very sincerely, very ardently pray to Krishna, please remove all the obstacles on our path and engage in your service. That is the only prayers that we have, that engaging in the service of Krishna. And very mindfully meditate on Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna and Leela. And let's celebrate the wonderful appearance of our dear Lord Sri Krishna next 36 hours. And not only that, when we actually go there and engage in the service of Krishna, that we actually be in the mood, in the same mood that we actually want others to connect to the Krishna. There was one point which I missed, and on a very wonderful note that we will close that. When Vasudeva actually was blessed with a boy, he actually he offered 10 lakh cows to the Brahmanas. Now how is it possible that Vasudeva offered 10 lakh cows? Vasudeva was not in a position, whatever all his wealth and everything was taken care, he was taken away from Kamsa, but he actually offered in a mind. So the point that I wanted to say, sometimes physically we may not be in a position to serve Krishna, but at least serve Krishna by mind. But that should not happen that tomorrow our dear Vijay Narasimha Prabhu and Advaita Gaur Prabhu comes to our center there and sees nobody is present. Then he calls, what happened? Yesterday we heard from the class that we don't have to do physical seva, but we have to do mental seva, and everybody is absent. The point is not that. The point is that if you cannot do physically, it is an apatakali, emergency situation. But when you have opportunity, Keshav Prabhu, what we do? We engage in the service in personally, not into the Mrityunjay Prabhu. How we do? This shoot chappal and that personally we come and engage in the service of Krishna. So for all of us, the opportunity is that we connect to the Krishna, and from tomorrow next 12 hours or 13 hours, engage people, connect people to Krishna. And when we connect people to the Krishna, our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada would be pleased, and Srila Prabhupada is pleased, Krishna is pleased, and Krishna is pleased. Our life is actually successful just by pleasing Krishna. With that, I wish all of you very wonderful Krishna consciousness Janmashtami. May our dear Lord bless all of you, the bhakti that we all are looking for. We are all doing all those things that our heart actually get filled with bhakti, and then we actually go back to Godhead. So very, very happy Krishna consciousness Janmashtami. May you engage in the wonderful service of Krishna and engage and connect all people to Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. It's already 11:15. Listen to any comments, question we take, or we go for announcement? Only one the question. Okay, Prabhu said only one question or comment, whatever is there. Yes, Prabhu, Chapandi. Prabhu's question, you said that who was that? Vasit Krishna Prabhu said, if our Prabhu is there, he doesn't ask question, doesn't it appears contradictory. Prabhu is that question. Yes, Prabhu, Bodhi.
So actually I was thinking about this Putana the first chapter becomes like Vasudeva is talking about the Putana that long. It takes the shelter of the river. It's similarly when we take the foot forward and take the back foot again. So in the actually what happens like when a soul leaves the body, soul has to go to the Yamaloka, and then he goes through the punishment, and the Yamaloka decides the body there, and he also gets the training of the how to stay in a new body, and then the soul is transferred in the
next
so
one.
I am saying in a lot of processes there, but here when Vasudeva says that already body is decided, then he leaves the current body. So little, can you please connect the dots?
So what happens, there are two things. First thing is that as a living entity, when he leaves this gross body, there is a subtle body. and then he is actually getting ready for the punishment, and for the punishment he gets a body which is somewhere between the subtle body and the gross body. With that body he go through the punishment was supposed to go, and then he actually get the next body. Now where here Vasudeva is actually giving an analogy. He's giving the analogy that before he leaves his body is ready. So that we know that Bhagavad Gita 8.5 and 8.6 yamyam vapi smaran bhava teje ante kaleram tadeti kaunte sada tad bhava bhavita. So whatever the bhav that you actually have in your mind at the end of leaving your body, you will surely attain. So what does it mean? It means that definitely your body is destined to get that. So the body is already decided. It's just a matter of time that you go through all this transitory system. So this is the transition between the next, that gross body you get. Now you have only subtle body, you will get the gross and subtle body. In between that punishment, that you get some body which is neither gross body nor the subtle body. But the destination is already defined because of the yamyam vapi smaran bhava teje antika devaram. So it actually shows that the person will get the punishment and also is get ready for that. Does that help you? Okay, thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande. Janmashtami Maha Mahotsav ki jai. ISKCON founder Acharya, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.